Nintendo's Wii. More than a console, more than a video game. Ever since their exponential rise to popularity, people have consistently chastised video games for promoting poor habits and scolded those that play them for being unhealthy. Even when so many types exist today, stretching from computers to consoles to even our smartphones, society's image of video gamers still centers around ideas of obesity and immaturity. These pixelated artworks are regularly viewed with contempt, seen as sedentary, non stimulating activities that are detrimental to individual growth and generational productivity. However, something challenged that. In millions of households across the world, one console in particular broke through these assumptions. One I'm sure everyone listening has played, watched, or at the very least, heard of. Surely you would recognize what has become a staple in the video game world: the Nintendo Wii. Not only did Nintendo's Wii challenge notions of video games' lazy frivolity, they also ultimately pioneered the possibility of both physical and neurological therapy through the niche medium of exergames. Looking briefly outside of the medical influence that the Wii was able to offer the world, when it was released and as it remains, it is a more physically demanding home gaming console than, say, the popular Xbox or PlayStation. The influence of the Wii's popularity widely altered the overall approach and ideas of video gaming as other companies introduced their own motion capture games and devices soon after the Wii's popularity spike. Take the PlayStation Move, for example. Despite the release from very popular creators, none had the lasting effects that Wii would eventually achieve. The Wii's hardware and programming, especially with the introduction of the Wii Fit programs and the balance board, carried the console's potential far past its celebrated physicality and into the realm that we'll focus on: the real-world health applications. Before diving deeper into the connection between the Wii and the medical implications I've spoken about so far, we must first expand upon the definition of exergames and how the Wii fits in. Researchers Yusun Oh and Stephen Yang synthesized a definition in 2010, explaining the exergame as a combination of exertion and video games, including strength training, balance, and flexibility activities. In other words, exergames are video games that require the player to physically move in order to act. The advent of the Wii Fit applications took the Wii's limits from solely upper extremity, that we've seen in most of the promotional videos, to full body balance and motion engagement like those we've seen in the treatment groups when used with the balance board. Now, explaining how the Wii works. The home gaming system utilizes infrared motion capture technology through the Wii Remote. It is a handheld controller that utilizes physical motion and translates them into actions within the game. The gesture recognition and sights correlated movement to the console. When used in conjunction, the Wii Balance Board, shaped like a household body scale, utilizes Bluetooth sensors to detect changes in center of balance, pressure, and weight distribution. It correlates these movements to actions of the game. Now, it is recognized that all Wii games utilize some form of motion to play. However, the Wii Fit and Wii Fit Plus program discs included activities that ranged from yoga, strength training, aerobic, and balance minigames to virtual reality exercises like skiing and running, all from your very living room. Wii was the first to successfully introduce actual exercise in the scope of video games. And we see Peloton and many of the similar programs come out since then. But Wii was truly a pioneer in succeeding at selling exercise through video games. With these developments, it's clear that Wii's balance board and the broader motion capture playstyle garnered an interest towards valid physical engagement for those limited in space, physical condition, or preference. However, many questioned the console and its many options. Was it the same as running? Well, of course not. However, a study done in 2011 on the metabolic responses of Wii users engaging in Wii Fit exercise concluded that these programs can, in fact, be considered as effective activity for promoting physical health. For example, another study found that in women aged 30 to 58 years old, significant increases in balance and lower limb muscle strength were achievable through the use of Wii Fit programs. Other research published on the use of Wii in physical engagement has similar findings for victims of heart failure. It states that results are supportive of Wii Fit programs and physical therapy, and that they increase exercise capacity as well as physical activity and participation in everyday life. Astonishingly, Wii's capabilities continue to grow and stretch past simple physical therapy and into definitively more complex neurological cases like cerebral palsy. Cerebral palsy, or abbreviated as CP, denotes a group of disabilities affecting movement, balance, and posture. It is a motor disability that prohibits affected individuals from any strenuous activity as a result of their diminished muscle coordination and balance. Thinking of mind and body together, as CP is a neurological disorder, the Wii Fit provides an exemplary addition to the types of rehabilitation therapy available to those affected with CP. Exergames in general have long been used to treat children who are affected with CP. However, more recent studies have found that the Wii and Wii Fit balance boards have been able to increase both engagement in children and results. The Wii itself was found to be effective in increasing upper extremity mobility in CP patients, while the balance board was able to increase balance when paired with neurodevelopmental treatment in children with mild CP. Researcher Desiree Montoya-Cardenas published clinical findings that considered the Wii remote-only games. She concluded that factors of upper extremity motor function in children with CP, like grip strength, tip grip strength, and grasping ability, were all notably improved by the Wii's therapeutic implementation. The study also affirms that Nintendo's Wii-based therapy is more effective than conventional techniques alone at improving functional capacity in daily living activities. Adding the Wii Fit board into consideration, it helps develop coordination and balance. Researcher Devram Taraki et al. Conducted a similar investigation in 2016 into Wii's use as a medical rehabilitation tool in CP patients. His research found that in relation to the control group that received conventional balance training only, the group that instead interacted with the Wii Fit balance games, like ski slalom, tightrope walking, and soccer heading, saw a significantly higher margin of improvement in both static and performance-related balance parameters. It is clear that while the Wii introduced a new level of physicality throughout the gaming world, its implications became much more meaningful and even introduced itself as a completely viable option for physical and neurological therapy treatment. Exergames like those popularized by Nintendo's Wii offer a much more interactive and engaging option for individuals looking for exercise as well as rehabilitation. Video games have always been recognized for their neurological stimulation, cognition, reaction, etc. However, with the Wii, games transcended the couch, physically engaging you and even provided the world with medical treatment alternatives. The only question is now, How much further will video games take us in the future? I, for one, cannot wait to find out.